everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you what I've done for my new reading journal, and I decided to use this journal. It's from Notebook Therapy. It's a B5 size and it's from the limited edition of the Maple Dream collection. There's a few pages in this book that I did without recording while I was trying to do this, create the spreads and get ready for the 2022 reading journal. I was sick, so I didn't have the energy to actually record this. So there's a few pages that are done and I don't have any recording of them, and this is one of them. So what I did here is I have a couple of magazine papers that I ripped out of the magazine and I put here. I put the 2022 numbers here. I have a library card that I always try to put on all of my books, any journals that I do, and here is that. I do have to fill in like the date when I started and everything. And then over here I have a quote from Isabel Allende from La Casa de los Espíritus, or House of Spirits, and I just put my name here. What will probably happen later on, is I will probably add different things that I will find, any bookish things that I think will go great in my journal. I can probably add, but I really like this. This is part of a magazine too, the same magazine where I got this. I got this one too. And then we have our title, Reading Journal for 2022. Again, I found certain things that I thought were bookish things that I wanted to add, parts of a magazine. This is actually, this little girl here, I got it from, this is like an embroidery set, but I use it for the different drawings, and I really like the little girl with her book and the little cat resting with her, so I wanted to add that into my journal. And different stamps. Then I used different stamps here. This is the one that I got, this one on Amazon. This is basically like the cheapest things you can find. I wasn't looking for anything too fancy. I just wanted something bookish so I could put in my journal, so I used this one. And then for that, you have seen me use this one, which is the alphabet. And again, this one I also got at Amazon. And now I can't close it. But yeah, that's how I got those letters, and I think they look really cute. And for the stamping, I got this, the Memento Rich Cocoa, and this one, as well as this one. I either got it at Joann's or Michael's, at my local Joann's or my local Michael's. I can't remember which one, but I've had these for a while now. Then we have this. This is the future log, which is very common in a regular bullet journal, but I wanted the vertical calendar so I can write different things, like if I'm waiting for a book release. So there are different things that I want to track here. So we have the whole year. So I cut this part, the top part, and I got this idea from the Amanda Rachley setup, or when she was setting up her bullet journal, and I really like this. She usually has tabs here, but I wanted to keep the whole page and use washi tape. Now we have this. This is my reading bucket list, and basically what I did is I took every book that I have with me that I have not read, and what I want to try to do this year is to read as many books that I physically owned. that I have not read. So to get the little images of the covers, I went to Goodreads and I copied the image of the book. I saved it on a Google Doc and I resized them. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. So this will be a visual representation of the books that I have at home, the books that I should be focusing on. And yeah, I hope to get this year to get to a lot of these. And this is just more books that I hope to get to. And as you can see, I wrote the names. I still have to get the covers of these two books that I bought in January. So I have to include those two because I really want to get to these two. This one is my bookshelf, and this is a little different from the bookshelf that you've seen in my previous journal for 2021. And it is because my goal this year is to read a lot less books than the year before. The reason why is because I want to focus on these. I want to focus on physical books, and physical books do take me a little bit longer to read. I need to find the time to read the physical books, so I wanted to make sure that I'm not focusing on the number of the books, more like the pages that I'm reading. But besides that, this is my main focus. And I will have a video of 22 books that I want to read in 2022. But for example, these books here, they are pretty chunky books. So that is the goal this year, to get to all those books that for some reason have been too intimidating, and I want to get to them. But you know, I want to reach my goal for the year, so I'm skipping over those and trying reading audiobooks or reading smaller books. Okay, so for my reading goal, I have here the 40 books that I want to read for the year. There's other goals that I have, but I didn't include them here. But one of them is, I still have to write them. I think I'm going to be writing them in the little spaces that I have. I want to read more from Latin American authors, and those are some of them that are included in my physical TBR. So I've been focusing on those. And here what I want to do is put like my favorites of the year. For this one, what I did is I took this little stamp and I put it in a couple places throughout the tree. I want to have the feeling of like the books are hanging from the tree. But yeah, these. And then over here on this side, every time I read a book, I would color in each box. I have room for 42 books, even though my goal is for 40, but I just wanted to end it that way. And I added some washi tape. I added some stickers that I found here and there. The next page is just authors that I want to read this year and books that I want to read this year. For example, I found this book, these books I could find them through my library using Libby or using Hoopla. But yeah, this is just where I can keep a list of any recommendations that I hear. I will just keep adding them here. This one is not fully done, but every month I want to track any physical audiobooks or ebooks that I read, and then if I do a hybrid read, which means if I do the physical and audiobook together, that should be room enough for the 12 months. And then here we have our log. So I will write the name of the book that I'm reading and how many pages or how many hours in the audiobook. This one, I don't have the title here, but this is supposed to be the books that I buy this year. Hopefully I won't get to use this one at all and I can just later on decorate it or something. But I want to keep track of the books that I'm buying compared to the books that I'm reading. So I will write the date that I bought the book, the title, the cost, where it's from, and when did I finish it, like the date that I finished that specific book. And over here, these are two book clubs, or yeah, they're both book clubs that I want to follow and I want to participate. The first one is the Realm of Comics book club, and this is done by Ashley from Bookish Realm and Bree from the Lockbook Edition. This is based, like the title says, it is based on comics. So I'm not a big comic reader, so I want to try to change that and just read something out of my comfort zone. Also, I really like these two channels, Ashley and Bree. I really like their commentary on the books that they read, so I am eager to participate and get to watch their live shows. The next one is by this lady. Her name is Valentina, and her channel is El Librero de Valentina. She has a book club for the members of her channel, and there's a bigger list. She already has the books that we're going to be reading all year, but I still have to go back and write them. So far, for the first 3 months of the year, January, February, and March, we're going to be reading the Count of Monte Cristo. And yeah, also she does do like a live show where we comment and talk about the book, so I'm excited about that one too. And that is pretty much it for now. I will be showing you the January spreads the end of the month, because I think that will serve as like my wrap-up of the month. And I do have it somewhat started, but I don't want to show you until it is already done. Like I said, I want to kind of use that as my little wrap-up for the month, and I'll show you the spreads that I did, the books that I read, and how it all came together. If you have any questions about anything that I use here or the books that I'm reading, leave me a comment down below. If you keep a reading journal or are thinking about keeping a reading journal, let me know in the comments. And that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.